Hello friends, I am here once again to discuss assertiveness. In previous lecture of mine, I try to focus on aggressiveness and also assertiveness, because whenever we talk of assertiveness, the term aggressiveness does also come to our mind, but there is a difference. And we should know the difference to be assertive in the right way in our professional world and in our personal life. If your style is aggressive, you may come across a bully who disregards the needs, feelings and opinion of others. You may appear self-righteous or superior. Very aggressive people humiliate and intimidate others and may even be physically threatening. You may think that being aggressive gets you what you want. However, it comes at a cost. Aggression undercuts trust and mutual respect. Others may come to resent you, leading them to avoid or oppose you. Now consider passive aggressive behavior. If you communicate in a passive aggressive manner, you may say yes when you want to say no. You may be sarcastic or complain about others behind their backs. Rather than confront an issue directly, you may show your anger and feelings through your actions or negative attitude. You may have developed a passive aggressive style because you are uncomfortable being direct about your needs and feelings. What are the drawbacks of passive aggressive communication style? Over time, passive aggressive behavior damages relationships and undercuts mutual respect, thus making it difficult for you to get your goals and needs met. That is the danger when we talk of passive aggressive communication or follow it. The benefits of being assertive is usually viewed as a healthier communication style. As I said earlier also, you need to improve your communication skills if we want to be assertive. Being assertive offers many benefits. It helps you to keep people from walking all over you. It can also help you from steamrolling others. Behaving assertively can help you to gain self-confidence and self-esteem, to understand and recognize your feelings, earn respect from others, improve communication, create win-win situations, improve your decision-making skills, create honest relationship. Very important to maintain relationship in a workplace and in a professional life. Gain more job satisfaction. If you have satisfaction and a good relationship, naturally all other factors will be good to you. Learning to be more assertive can also help you effectively express your feelings when communicating with others about issues. People develop different styles of communication based on their life experiences. Your style may be so ingrained that you are not even aware of what it is. People tend to stick to the same communication style over time. But if you want to change your communication style, you can learn to communicate in healthier and more effective ways. Sometimes words are very powerful to give you a very positive kind of response. So while making a sentence or speaking, be careful what kind of word, tone, intonation you are using. Well, if you want to be assertive in a very meaningful way, assess your style and yourself. You just look into yourself, introspection. Do you voice your opinions or remain silent? Do you say yes to additional work even when your plate is full? Are you quick to judge or blame? Within a second you say he is a good person, he is a bad person. This is not correct. Do people seem to dread or fear talking to you? Understand your style before you making changes. Use I statements. Using I statements lets others know what you are thinking or feeling without sounding accusatory. For instance, say I disagree rather than you are wrong. If you have a request, say I would like you to help with this rather than you need to do this. See the magic of language. See the politeness. You may have to be assertive. Keep your request simple and specific. Saying no is very important, and all through your life it will help you. If you have a hard time turning down requests, try saying no, I can't do that now. Don't hesitate, be direct. If an explanation is appropriate, keep it brief. No need to give, explanation and explanation. No clarification. If you are honest, rehearse what you want to say. If it is challenging to say whether you want or think, practice typical scenarios you encounter. Say what you want to say out loud. It may help to write it out first too, so you can practice from a script. Consider role playing with a friend or colleague and ask for blunt feedback. Use body language. We all know that non-verbal clues are very important. And in communication, it is 65% of non-verbal clues that matter. So use body language. Communication is not just verbal. Act confident even if you are not feeling it. Keep an upright posture but lean forward a bit. Make regular eye contact. Maintain a neutral or positive facial expression. Don't cross your arms or legs like this. It shows, you are arrogant a little bit. Unnecessary showing your attitude. Practice assertive body language in front of a mirror or with a friend or colleague. Keep emotions in check. Conflict is hard for most people. Maybe you get angry or frustrated, or maybe you feel like crying. Although these feelings are normal, they can get in the way of resolved conflict. If you feel too emotional going into a situation, wait a bit if possible. Then work on remaining calm. Breathe slowly. Keep your voice even and firm. Start small. At first, practice your new skills in situations that are low risk. For instance, try out your assertiveness on a partner or friend before tackling a difficult situation at work. This is a kind of rehearsal. Difficult situation at work. Evaluate yourself afterward and tweak your approach as necessary. Like a teller, you can cut your approach, which is the appropriate one. but always saying yes can poison your relationship. And worse, it may cause you internal conflict because your needs and those of your family always come second. It also demonstrates that you are aware of the rights of others and are willing to work no resolving conflicts. When you need help being assertive, remember, learning to be assertive takes time and practice. It is not one day wonder and one day charisma. If you have spent years silencing yourself, becoming more assertive probably won't happen overnight. Or if anger leads you to be too aggressive, you may need to learn some anger management technique. This is all very important. That is why emotional intelligence is also very important when we talk of interpersonal skill. If despite your best efforts, you are not making progress towards becoming more assertive, consider formal assertiveness training. And if certain issues such as anger, stress, anxiety or fear are getting in your way, consider talking with a mental health provider. The payoff will be worth it. You need to consult some psychologist also to get some remedy. By becoming more assertive, you can begin to express your true feelings and needs more easily. You may even find that you get more of what you want as a result. Why some people aren't assertive? Why are some people, feel confused? Many factors may contribute. Stress is one. The fight or flight response is an evolutionary adaptation that pulls us toward aggression or avoidance and away from calm, relaxed assertiveness. The person's belief system also plays a role. Well, I have already delivered a talk on neuro-linguistic programming in which I discussed belief system in detail, which is very important. According to the great psychologist Patterson, these assertive sabotaging stances include being nice means going along with others, or it doesn't matter if I'm assertive, no one will pay attention anyway, or he will leave me. That is why it is so important to become aware of these beliefs. This way you can examine them clearly and rationally and decide what to do. That is very important. People with low self-esteem may feel inadequate and have a hard time finding their voice. Others might fear conflict, losing a relationship, criticism or rejection. It is a skill, assertiveness, that takes, a very logical, rigorous practice. It may always be easier for you to swallow your feelings, scream at someone or give them the silent treatment. But assertiveness is a better strategy. It works because it respects you and others. Well, you would not try to scale a mountain before reading a manual, practicing on a rock wall and then moving on to bigger peaks. Going in unprepared just sets you up for failure. Well, trying to be assertive in mildly tense situations such as requesting to be seated at a different spot at a restaurant. Then gently work up to tougher situations such as talking to your spouse about infidelity issues, etc. Learn to say no may help you in several ways. People worry that saying no is selfish. It is not. Rather, setting healthy limits is important to having healthy relationship. Well, there are boundaries, to limit yourself, which I want to share with you. Boundaries are essential to healthy relationship and really a healthy life. Setting and sustaining boundary is a skill. Unfortunately, it is a skill that many of us don't learn. We take it very casually. Having healthy boundaries means knowing and understanding what your limits are. So, insight into building better boundaries and maintaining them. Your limitations with you and with others. Name your limits. You can't set good boundaries if you are unsure of where you stand. So, identify your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual limits. Consider what you can tolerate and accept and what makes you feel uncomfortable or stressed. Those feelings help us to identify what our limits are. Tune into your feelings. Well, the famous psychologist from US, Guionta, has observed two key feelings in others that are red flags or cues that we are letting go of our boundaries: discomfort and resentment. She suggested thinking of these feelings on a continuum from 1 to 10, 6 to 10 is in the higher zone. If you are at the higher end of this continuum during an interaction or in a situation, she suggested asking yourself, what is causing that? What is it about this interaction? Or the person's expectation that is bothering me. Resentment usually comes from being taken advantage of or not appreciated. It is often a sign that we are pushing ourselves either beyond our own limits because we feel guilty and want to be a good daughter, wife, employee, for instance, or someone else is imposing their expectations, views, values on us. When someone acts in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that is a cue to us that may be violating or crossing a boundary. Be direct. With some people, maintaining healthy boundaries doesn't require a direct and clear-cut dialogue. Usually, this is the case if people are similar in their communication style, views, personalities, and general approach to life. With others, such as those who have a different personality or cultural background, you will need to be more direct about your boundaries. Consider this: one person feels that challenging someone's opinion is a healthy way of communicating, but to another person this feels disrespectful and tense. There are other times you might need to be direct. For instance, in a romantic relationship, time can become a boundary issue. Partners might need to talk about how much time they need to maintain in their sense of self and how much time to spend together. Give yourself permission. Fear, guilt, and self-doubt are big potential pitfalls. We might fear the other person's response if we set and enforce our boundaries. We might feel guilty by speaking up or saying no to a family member. Many believe that they should be able to cope with a situation or say yes because they are good daughter or son. Even though they feel drained or taken advantage of, we might wonder if we even deserve to have boundaries in the first place. Boundaries are not just a sign of a healthy relationship, they are a sign of self-respect. So, give yourself the permission to set boundaries and work to preserve them. Practice self-awareness. Again, boundaries are all about honing in on your feelings and honoring them. If you notice yourself slipping and not sustaining your boundaries, well, you may ask yourself, what is changed? Consider it, what I am doing, or what is the other person doing, or what is the situation eliciting that making me resentful or stressed. Then mull over your options. What am I going to do about the situation? What do I have control over? Consider your past and present. How you were raised along with your role in your family can become additional obstacles in setting and preserving boundaries. If you held the role of caretaker, you learn to focus on others. Letting yourself be drained emotionally or physically, it is really very challenging. Ignoring your own needs might have become the norm for you. Also, think about the people you surround yourself with. Are the relationships reciprocal? Is there a healthy give and take? Beyond relationships, your environment might be unhealthy too. For instance, if your work day is 8 hours a day, but your co-workers stay at least 10 to 11, there is an implicit expectation to go above and beyond at work. It can be challenging. Being the only one or one of a few trying to maintain healthy boundaries. Again, this is where tuning into your feelings and needs and honoring them becoming critical. Make self priority. Well, the great psychologist Gyanta helps her clients make self-care a priority, which also involves giving yourself permission to put yourself first. When we do this, our need and motivation to set boundaries become stronger. Self-care also means recognizing the importance of your feelings and honoring them. These feelings serve as important cues about our well-being and about what makes us happy and unhappy. Putting yourself first also gives you the energy, peace of mind, and positive outlook to be more present with others and be there for them. And when we are in a better place, we can be a better person, better wife, mother, husband, co-worker, or friend. Seek support. If you are having a hard time with boundaries, seek some support, whether that is a support group, church, counseling, coaching, good friends. With friends or family, you can even make it a priority with each other to practice setting boundaries together. Hold each other accountable. Of course, we know that it is not enough to create boundaries. We actually have to follow through. Even though we know intellectually that people are not mind readers, we will expect others to know what hurts. Since they don't, it is important to assertively communicate with the other person when they have crossed a boundary. In a respectful way, let the other person know what in particular is bothersome to you and that you can work together to address it. Like any new skill, assertively communicating your boundaries takes practice. Well, how that built upon your success, if you make your boundaries careful and, logical, built upon your success, and at first try not to take on something that feels overwhelming. Setting boundaries takes courage, practice, and support. And remember that it is a skill you can master. Let go of guilt. Being assertive can be tough, especially if you have been passive or a people pleaser most of your life. The first few times it can feel unnerving, but remember that being assertive is vital to your well-being. Assertive behavior that involves advocating for oneself in a way that is respectful of others is not wrong. It is healthy self-care. Deep breathing also helps ease your worries and anxiety. Breathe in what you need: peace, strength, serenity, and breathe out feelings of guilt, anxiety, or shame. And if you still feel uncomfortable, put yourself in a compassionate parent or best friend's shoes. Sometimes it is easier to think about speaking up for somebody else who we love than it is for ourselves. Express your needs and feelings. Don't assume that someone will automatically know what you need. You have to tell them again. Be specific, clear, honest, respectful. Take the example of ordering food at a restaurant. You never just order a sandwich. Instead, you request a tuna on rye with slice of cheddar cheese and tomatoes. If you are worried of upsetting someone, use I statement, which usually make people less defensive. Focus on the real issue, not the little one. See, this is very important aspect. In other words, are you really mad that the toilet seat was left up, or that you were up with the baby 5 times the night before? If it is the baby, and it likely is, be clear and specific. I am upset that I was up with the baby 5 times last night and need for you to get up at least twice a night. Well, these are the points that will give you the real life experience. Even in personal life, the ego tussle with husband and wife, as I have just given you example, that if I wake up 5 times, why not you? So how to check yourself to be assertive and very clear, logical and righteous in the life that you have to decide. Don't overexert on the petty things, trivial issues. There are issues in life which need some attention. So, with giving priority to your need, and the need of the situation is important, and it is you who has to decide. Well, friends, with these words, I just want to wrap up the discussion over assertiveness. This aspect is as important as any other aspect, and for that you need to improve communication skills. That will give you confidence. I am sure that this talk of mine will help you in a very big way to deal with the situation at workplace as well as in personal life. Have faith in yourself. Confidence. Develop confidence. I am sure that you will be a successful person. Goodbye. See you next time with a new topic. Thank you very much.